This year, everyone's favorite pink puffball is turning 25 years old. That's right, I'm talking about Kirby. Over the years, Kirby's claim to fame is that he sucks. Wait, that doesn't sound right. His games are good. What I meant to say is that Kirby sucks his enemies. No, that's not any better. I gotta think about this one. In the meantime, here are my top 5 favorite Kirby copy abilities. Number 5, Wheel Kirby. Kirby is actually pretty fast for a guy with such stumpy legs, but what if you want to go even faster? Try gobbling up one of the tire enemies so you can transform into one. Now you can speed across areas so fast it'll make Sonic's head spin. With the wheel ability, you can plow through multiple enemies at a time without worrying about taking damage. Yeah, it can be a little tough to control at times, but that's the price you pay for Mach speed. What's even cooler is that in Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo and DS, you can have the wheel as a partner character. Now Kirby can keep whatever power you want while also being able to jump on the wheel at any time to ride as a motorcycle. You even get an adorable biker hat and goggles. What's not to love? Number 4, Ninja Kirby. Ryu Hayabusa and Joe Musashi spent decades trying to master the art of ninjutsu. All Kirby needs to do is inhale a ninja and then bam! A complete mastery of the shadow arts. The ninja ability is awesome because you get both long-range attacks with your shuriken and close-range attacks with grabs and sword slashes. Kirby can also cling to walls and wall jump, which might seem unnecessary since Kirby can fly, but it can prove useful to attack at flying enemies or to keep away from bosses. Again, he has a cool-looking hat, which is half the criteria for a good Kirby power. Number 3, Backdrop or Suplex. If you're a pro wrestling fan like me, then you're also probably a fan of this ability. The backdrop and the suplex powers are slightly different in their respective games, but I'm counting them together as one since the idea is the same. With these abilities, Kirby can grab onto a foe, open up a can of whoop ass, and serve up a devastating slam to all challengers. As a bonus, while grabbing onto an enemy, you are momentarily invincible, and then pressing a directional and the attack button again will have Kirby jump up and suplex the baddie onto the ground, exploding them into a hell blaze. If any more enemies are near the impact, they too will feel the pain of a powerbomb off the top. And if you're not down with that ability, Kirby's got 2 words for you. Suck it! Number 2, Water Kirby. By eating a water minion, Kirby has obtained the power of Poseidon. Obviously that just means shooting water at enemies, but it's so much more. Kirby can shoot vertical geysers out from his cute water hat. His run becomes a radical surf across water, which can put out fires on the go. And my favorite is that his dash attack sends a massive wave crashing over all who stand in its path. It's incredibly satisfying. Sadly, this ability only appears in one Kirby game, Return to Dreamland for the Wii, and we haven't seen it since, but hopefully it's not the last we've seen of Water Kirby. Number 1, Hammer Kirby. My all-time favorite, and it's one of Kirby's most iconic weapons. It can be obtained by eating the mini-boss Bonkers. Once you get it, hold on to that hammer because it has a ton of power. The regular attack is good, but the rest of the moveset is what really packs a punch. The dash attack has Kirby spinning around in a circle, swinging in the hammer, destroying everyone in his way. When jumping, you could do a flipping hammer swing with it. And when you're in at close range, use the fire hammer to produce the most damage this weapon is capable of. Hammer is also one of the few abilities that Kirby can use while swimming, which makes it even more desirable. So when Kirby has his trusty hammer, watch out, because all he sees is nails. Man, this was a tough list to make. Kirby has had a lot of awesome abilities over the years, so that means many fun ones like the Parasol, Beam, and Yo-Yo had to be left out. But after all these games, there has to be a few duds in the mix, right? So here are my top 5 least favorite Kirby copy abilities. Number 5, Crash Kirby. You'd think this list would be left for powers like Sleep, which is completely useless and just makes Kirby fall asleep. But that's clearly meant as a joke, and we all have to admit that Kirby looks even cuter all cozied up in his nightcap. But Crash is pointless on another level. After inhaling a bomb, you can use Crash to destroy all enemies on screen. It can even be used against bosses. That sounds pretty good actually. But sadly, Crash is a one-time use, so after you use it, you're left with nothing. And now that you killed all the enemies, there's no one left to inhale to get a new power. What makes Crash even worse is that the mic power does exactly the same thing. Plus with the mic, you get 3 uses, and it looks cuter with Kirby yelling into a microphone to kill everyone. This leaves Crash as one to pass on when you see it. Number 4, High Jump Kirby. Why fly when you can jump? I have no idea why you would, which proves my point as to how useless the high jump power is. This ability lets Kirby spring up vertically and can also damage enemies from below if you happen to hit them. In Kirby's Adventure for the NES, there are 2 or 3 sections designed around the high jump, but since you can fly, and since the high jump isn't any faster, you're better off holding onto your stronger ability. High jump actually came back after a long hiatus in Return to Dreamland for the Wii, and they did make it slightly more effective, but again its uses were limited to a few areas. It would be higher on the worst list, but it does get some points for giving Kirby a cape. Number 3, Ball Kirby. A power that's appeared in just one game, and with good reason. Ball does exactly what it sounds like. It strips Kirby of his hands and feet and turns him into a bouncy ball. Poor little guy. You can roll around and bounce off walls and objects to make your way across the screen to try and attack enemies. Try being the operative word because you end up being the one who gets hit more often than you do the hitting. It's extremely unwieldy with how it controls, and I've never been able to actually hold on to the power for more than one screen. Number 2, Light Kirby. Just like Crash, this is a one and done. To make matters worse, it's only used in a few areas. Light will send up a ball of light that can illuminate a dark room, which there are only about 2 or 3 in Kirby's Adventure. While this may seem somewhat helpful, these rooms are completely manageable to do in the dark. Here, check it out. Things are still visible and the area only takes a few seconds to complete, which makes this another pointless power that can be skipped, especially if you're holding one that's actually worthwhile. Number 1, Broom Kirby. The worst of the worst. Another ability seen in one game, hopefully because they realize that it is flat out awful. After inhaling the sweeper enemy or the little witch, you now have the power to clean? Kirby will take out a broom and brush some dust at the enemy to attack. The range is abysmal, reaching only the distance of about 2 enemies wide. Broom is particularly heinous because when I think of sweeping, I don't think of fun. I think of chores, which is exactly what I'm trying to avoid when playing games. Even when combined with Kirby's animal buddies, it doesn't help. If you're with the owl, it turns into a feather duster, and when you're with the fish guy, it turns into a plunger, both with equally limited range. They must have been short on ideas or time when thinking of this one, because I'd rather use any other or none at all than use this. This power just leaves a bad, dusty taste in my mouth. There you have it, my 5 favorite and least favorite Kirby copy abilities. After 25 years, Nintendo has given us Kirby fans plenty to be happy about, even if there are a few lame powers along the way. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what your favorite Kirby abilities are down in the comments below. I'll see you next time, and remember, it's all fun and games. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to see some more countdown videos, click on the playlist down below. And if you like It's All Fun and Games, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again.